Looking back at Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, there was a clear hint that something about Kalos was coming our way. While we had a lot of legendaries joining us when the Indigo Disc dropped, be it because they were spawning there or simply because we were allowed to transfer them into the game, there were a few that just weren't a part of it. Out of those few, there were 3 that, well, we kinda now know that there was an obvious reason for them not to be there: Zygarde, Xerneas, and Yveltal. But there was also a quartet that kinda makes me raise an eyebrow. So hey, I'm notsoAceTrainer, and I think the tapus might be returning in Mega Dimension. Let's get into it. The 4 tapus of the Alolan games were also absent from Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, and I find it very hard to believe that there's still an Alolan game hiding in Gen 9. I also believe it is pretty clear that there's no Ultra Beast involvement in the main plot of Pokemon Legends ZA, as there was never any reason to think there was. The game focuses on Mega Evolution, and any Ultra Beast / Necrozma related plot would have to involve Z moves. While this would work on a traditional Pokemon narrative as it did in Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, since Mega Evolution was there but took a clear backseat to Z moves, it wouldn't work in this style of game that focuses so much in the plot. Still, it's impossible to deny that this absence from Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet means that the tapus might have something to do with the near future of Pokemon. And now, with the latest reveals, I think that becomes a lot more apparent. And for those who think that their lack of relationship with Kalos is enough to cross them off this list, well, think again. But before I continue, like and hype this video, subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a channel member to help out with my content. And now, let's carry on. Pokemon Legends Arceus is still the only Legends game that we've played, and that works as the argument and a counter-argument to what I'm about to say. In Legends Arceus, we saw the return of the forces of nature, Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadoes, and even the introduction of Inamoros as the 4th member of this otherwise closed group. It ended up as a very interesting piece of still unexplained lore, especially with how Inamoros has disappeared in modern times, but still a nice way to introduce more life into older legendaries. So it has happened before, but it has only happened once. And while I admit that it might mean nothing, I can't deny that it might mean everything, especially when I'm wearing this. Pokemon Legends ZA DLC, the Mega Dimension, instantly takes our minds to the Ultra Space because that was the only other time where we traveled through and to other worlds, even if it is now called Hyperspace. It still plays around with the same concept. We're entering a round-ish portal that leads us into a place that then leads us into different worlds. In Alola, those worlds have strange Pokemon and locations, even having an alternate version of Alola in Guzzlord's world. Here we'll have Mega Evolutions never before seen and visit an alternate version of Lumiose City, dubbed Hyperspace Lumiose. This place can be all kinds of different from the Lumiose we knew or the one we're about to travel to, having different lore and a different history. And since Hooper really likes playing tricks, it could also have the guardian deities of Alola going through some kind of identity crisis as well, since there's really no Alola to protect there. The mythical Pokemon has done it before in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, bringing all kinds of legendaries to Hoenn, and I think that not exploring this side of Hoopa would be pretty much not really exploring its full potential in a modern setting. And the Tapus would be the perfect Pokemon for this, especially since we can draw many parallels between the Ultra Space and this new Mega Dimension plot. But that is not all. You see, there was once the strange souvenir. The strange souvenir was basically an item in X and Y that hinted at the next game happening in a Hawaii-inspired region. In X and Y, its description was an ornament depicting a Pokemon that is venerated as a protector in some region far from Kalos. And in the games after X and Y, it became an ornament depicting a mysterious Pokemon that has been venerated as a guardian deity for an extremely long time in the Alola region. The interesting part about this is that it depicts a single Pokemon and it doesn't really specify which. It also doesn't really look like any of the tapus or their totem forms. This would be the perfect way to introduce a 5th member, which would in turn become their leader, the most ancient of all the tapus. It could just be Hoopa bringing that Pokemon there and then that Pokemon attracting all the tapus from Alola to Kalos. It all just works too well. The tapus were absent from Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. The DLC for ZA will play around with the whole portal traveling plot. And then we have the strange souvenir that was never explained, and Hoopa really liking moving treasure and legendaries from one place to the other. The tapus will be in Mega Dimension, I am sure of it. But what about you? Are you sure of it? Do you have any other plot? Do you see the tapus making a return in Legend ZA? Let me know down below. And now, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. But before I go, I want to thank my Twitch subscribers Kiara677, Anubis here, the Dr. Joe, Lazarix and Zanes222 for going the extra mile. Thank you so much for all of your support.